What is going on, Raptors Nation? It is Luca here back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. OG Anunoby returning to the New York Knicks might not be such a guarantee. Yes, an interesting report coming out from Jake Fisher that we're going to talk about today, as Anunoby is going to be a hot commodity this summer as he is expected to decline his player option and he is set to get paid. So we are going to talk about the OG Anunoby situation. Do me a solid, guys. Hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos over here on the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. Former Raptor OG Anunoby has been a very, very solid contributor on the New York Knicks. Of course, the Knicks traded for Anunoby last year to close out 2023. They sent over RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and the number 31 pick in this year's draft via the Detroit Pistons to the Raptors for Precious Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn, and OG Anunoby. The Knicks, they were immediately a better team with Anunoby in the lineup, going 20-3 with him during the regular season. And then Anunoby was huge for the Knicks in their first-round playoff series win against the 76ers. Then, unfortunately, he did get injured in Game 2 of their second-round series against the Pacers. He tried to suit up for Game 7, only played 5 minutes, but that hamstring just gave out on him as Anunoby had to then sit out the rest of the game. You look at Anunoby now, guys, like I said, he is expected to decline his $19.9 million player option for next season per Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports. And this is what Jake Fisher also said, which was very interesting. And I quote, Anunoby is widely expected to decline his $19.9 million player option for next season after being dealt to New York before the trade deadline. Of note, while league personnel are of the mind Siakam will certainly be re-signing with Indiana, there was word circling among team officials at last week's NBA Draft Combine that Anunoby's situation with the Knicks is not as cut and dry. Perhaps those signals to rival teams will only help Anunoby elicit a larger dollar figure from the Knicks. But various teams left Chicago with the belief that Anunoby could reach unrestricted free agency and consider deals from other franchises in addition to New York, sources said. The Philadelphia 76ers are reportedly interested in the 26-year-old, and they could make Anunoby a big offer. Of course, Anunoby played under Nick Nurse with the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Knicks can sign Anunoby to a contract worth up to $245 million over 5 years, should New York be forced to offer him a maximum contract. Now, I expect the New York Knicks to do everything in their power, guys, to bring Anunoby back. This was a much better basketball team with Anunoby in the lineup. Obviously, the New York Knicks, if they were healthy, their postseason fate would have looked a lot different. I still believe the Knicks would have been playing right now if they were healthy. If Anunoby's healthy, the Knicks are in the conference finals. They beat Indiana, and I think they actually make things a lot more interesting against the Celtics than the Pacers have. So that's what Anunoby means to this New York Knicks team. So I do expect them to pull out all the stops and give Anunoby a huge contract if it comes down to it. And I can see the 76ers being a sneaky team in these sweepstakes that kind of come in and try to lure Anunoby away from the Knicks. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out. Now, I do want to speculate, could the Raptors bring back OG Anunoby, and can Anunoby pull off the heist of the century where he was the culprit of getting the Raptors that big return of Quickley and Barrett, which is all of a sudden a part of their young core in Toronto along with Scottie Barnes? And could then he leave the Knicks, screw the Knicks, and join Toronto? Well, here's the hypothetical of that. The Raptors, they could actually have some cap space this summer if they part ways with Gary Trent Jr. and Bruce Brown. It would give the Raptors just under $30 million in space to use this offseason. However, that wouldn't be enough to sign Anunoby because he is reportedly expected to get $35 million annually on a multi-year deal. This is according to SNY's Ian Begley. So the Raptors would have to find a way to move some money out. And they would have to move a guy like Chris Boucher, who's making $10.8 million next season, without taking back any salary to have a chance at pulling this improbable situation off of getting back OG Anunoby months after trading him. It's a fun story. I would love to see OG back. I mean, if you're telling me there's a chance that this could happen, I'm all for it. I said it many times. I was a big advocate of trading Siakam, but I really thought and felt that the Raptors were going to keep OG alongside Scotty for the foreseeable future. That obviously didn't happen. So if there's a chance that this could happen, I'm all for it. Do I think it's going to happen? Very, very unlikely because the math doesn't work, and I just don't see the Knicks squandering Anunoby in this situation. I do think the Knicks are going to re-sign him. I think it's just a matter of what the figure is going to be. Anunoby's going to get paid, and great for him. He definitely deserves it, and he definitely raised up that stock, raised up that contract value with how he just finished the season with the Knicks, because he was just such a impactful, valuable player for the Knicks. And again, if Anunoby doesn't get hurt, the Knicks are still playing in these playoffs. So it's fun. You're saying there's a chance, Raptors fans? Am I out of my mind here? Are you thinking the same thing? And would you want to see Anunoby somehow find his way back to the Toronto Raptors if the Raptors are, of course, able to shed off some more salary? Again, very, very unlikely, but it does make for a very, very fun hypothetical in this situation. So I thought I would do a quick video on this. Raptors fans, how are you feeling about the Raptors' chances of bringing back Anunoby? Or do you think it's basically a guarantee that he returns to New York? I do think the Sixers, like I said, are a very, very interesting team in all of this. I think they can be the sleeper, potentially. But I would give the Knicks like a better than 90% chance at them securing Anunoby and locking him up long term. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. That's it for me. It's Lucas signing off. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all again in the next one.